Yep, Independence is the vibe. I'm Travis.
And I'm Chris.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
Don't forget to catch us on Instagram at Independence is a Vibe, because you know that it is.
Yes, sir.
And so, as always, we're not tied to it, but we like to have a topic to kick things off. And today's topic is creating a lifestyle that supports your goals. I like the way that sounds.
Yeah.
See, creating a lifestyle that tells me that you in control. You see what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
You in control. May not be in control of everything, but most of you in control of it.
Yeah, you're in control of, I guess, the things that you do.
Right.
To get to them goals.
Right. See, the thing with goals is, number one, they gotta be set.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be surprised how many people be, I got this goal that I'm working towards. Okay, what's the goal? I don't know.
That ain't no goal.
Right. You just talking, but you got to. A goal is something that you can actually set it up where you can monitor it. The easiest example I can come up with is weight loss.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you decide, well, January 1st, I'm going to start my weight loss journey. And by December 31st of that same year, I plan to lose, 60 pounds.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? That means that you set a monthly goal of trying to lose 5 pounds a month.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how you lose that 5 pounds a month, I guess it's multiple ways to do it. But you got to be able to measure yourself. Even if that is, weighing yourself once a month or twice a month to see where you at.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to have some way of tracking what you're doing. That way you will know if you're on track or not.
Right.
I think it's useless to say you setting a goal, but then you have no way to track it.
Right.
Because how you going to know if you're doing it right?
Right.
So that's one thing. If I can't find a way to track what I'm doing, then it's not a goal.
Yeah, that's true. It's just a dream, huh?
Yeah. But goals can be born out of dreams, though.
Yeah.
So, whatever it is, everybody, we all, fighting to try to have a better life.
Right.
Whether that's having better health, getting better sleep, making more money, establishing more connections.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just whatever it is, you got some kind of goal, even if you don't call it a goal.
Yeah, I think it all starts with baby steps, No matter if you want to do, maybe work 30 minutes of your goal.
Mm-hmm.
You're making some kind of progress,
Right. You're doing something every day to get you to,
Yeah.
Your goal. I heard somebody on YouTube say, man, he have multiple goals, but the way he set it up is he have a yearly goal. Okay. He said, but the way I reach my yearly goal is I have monthly goals.
Okay.
He said the way I reach my monthly goal is I have weekly goals. And the way I reach my weekly goal is I have daily goals. And when he said that, I was just like, it's like the light bulb came on. He said, because you ought to be doing something every day to get to your yearly goal.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the yearly goal in your mind, but focus on every day. I'm doing this, so by the end of the year, I'm here.
There you go.
And I was like, I had to rewind it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a good way to look. I ain't never think about it like that.
But sometimes in that year, you may not accomplish anything.
True.
But you still worked on that goal, though. So I wouldn't say give up.
Right. Because the thing is, you're supposed to learn something every day.
Mm-hmm.
And when you set goals and then you work toward those goals, you are learning as you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you want.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's not always about I hit the goal, but okay, how close did you come to it?
Right.
Because you learned enough to be able to get from here to there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you learned this year how to manage your money, maybe you didn't hit the financial goal you was trying to get to, but you hit 10% of it.
Right.
So now you know exactly what to do next year, so you could hit 100%.
Right.
Some stuff is forming habits, like working out. You got to get in the habit of it.
That'd be the hardest one sometimes.
Yeah, because some habits is hard to break, man.
You gotta have discipline.
That's a big thing.
Well, that's with any goal, really. Discipline.
Yeah, because that's the first thing that it take.
Yeah.
I had looked into some information about getting better, better sleep. Because since I'm not working the kind of jobs that I used to work, sometimes it's hard for me to sleep throughout the night.
Yeah.
And I kind of looked at some information recently about getting better sleep, because I know that that's part of my health.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I saw was, if you want to get better sleep, then you have to get on a certain routine. You got to go to bed for a certain time, and you got to wake up at a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
They say no matter what, go to bed for this time, wake up for this time. And the more you force your mind and body to do that, they'll get in sync, and that way you'll sleep the whole night.
Mm-hmm.
I said, that's going to take some work for me.
Yeah.
Because, we're having a family, man. Sometimes the hours you lay down and get up is unpredictable. They kid wake up from a bad dream, they come in looking for daddy. So, I mean...
breaking your sleep right there.
Right.
Now you sleeping later than what you was...
Right, or you trying to go to bed for a certain time, but the kids got extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
That's going to take you out of that sleep arrangement. So,
yeah.
It's going to be rough, but I'm going to make some adjustments.
Yeah, you gotta always... It's going to be some sacrifices.
Most definitely.
You can't skip over that.
For real.
You gotta sacrifice something.
Right. And I want to go back to what you said about discipline, man. I think that's huge. Because doing things in baby steps also require discipline.
Yeah.
Because discipline is I do the same thing every day till it become a habit.
Yeah.
So it just, once it become a habit, it's easier to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. I got a lot of things I want to do that I got to form the habit on. And that discipline going to be hard.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's going to be hard if you make it hard.
I know me. And it's, but to get up to a better version of me, some stuff I'm going to have to break, in myself. So.
That's sacrificing, like I said.
Yeah, man, that's, some of it I ain't ready for. But I want to start this year so I can carry into next year. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's baby steps, like I said, 30 minutes, that's baby steps. Then you continue to progress from there.
Most definitely. Most definitely, man. I gotta read more for sure. If you're gonna set goals, learn all you can. That's gonna make you be open to more goals.
Mm-hmm.
Another goal I want to do is exercising more. I absolutely don't stick to that.
Yeah.
Now I know some exercises I can do that'll help me. I just can't. It's hard to stick to it. I'm not disciplined enough.
Yeah.
So
I say networking too.
That's a big one
I'm
too.
always saying that, networking.
And I think social media made networking way easier than anything.
You got everybody at your fingertips.
Yep.
People you thought you couldn't even ever talk to. Shoot them a message. Just that easy.
Yep. Man, I also, do you agree with this? I found that they say a lot of jobs will look at your social media.
Yeah.
Do you think that's... I feel like they shouldn't do that, man.
I mean, you getting judged no matter what. So I mean, yeah, I kind of feel like it's kind of an invasion of privacy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what I do in my leisure, it shouldn't judge.
How am I gonna be as a worker?
How I'm gonna be as a worker? That's just my personal thing I like to do when I'm not on the clock.
Right. And I read this statistic. I don't know if it's true or not. They say some jobs now, not all jobs, but some jobs look at like the number of followers you have, and that determines if you're gonna get an interview or not. And I was like, but why, right? So I looked more into it, and they was like, well, if you're looking for a sales role on a job, social media kind of tells the company like this person is able to get people's attention and keep it, which is part of sales. And I was like, I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. Something about that just don't sit right with me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with some stuff we shouldn't gauge things off social media. It should be old school.
Yeah.
Look at the paperwork, talk to me in person, and base things off of that.
Right.
Don't involve social media and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like what I do in my leisure and what I post, it
should be separate from the job.
Yeah, it should be separate. Like they say, work-life balance.
Right. Now you ain't giving me no work-life balance because you all in my business on social media, right?
But I mean, that's just the way the wheel rolls.
Right.
I mean, they gonna judge you regardless. So.
And
that's why it's good to probably keep it private. Like keep your page private.
Yeah.
And don't really post your picture in your avatar.
Yeah. I had talked to some other people that said the same thing. They was like, if you're trying to get a job, make your personal social media private.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, but that depends on what you're using it for. What if you're trying to get followers? Like, that's the, you see what I'm saying? But I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, keep it all private and don't use your real name. Make up like a nickname or something.
Yeah. You know. Man, so you got any goals? What you leaving out this year with, taking in next year?
Continue to network and get into some spaces that I'm trying to get into. I don't want to disclose it right now.
I understand that.
But yeah, just continue to network. That's all.
When you network, you know what I'm saying, you just be like, hey, my name is such and such, and I'm trying to do X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
Or you kind of warm them up, like butter them up in the conversation before you.
I just throw it out there, man. Short and sweet. Get straight to the point.
Yeah, I had thought about what you said. I had got on Instagram and I had tried to butter somebody up, like before I got to the question and stuff. it was funny.
It's kind of like
I got my answer though.
okay. Gotta butter them up.
I don't know. I just felt like the person wasn't gonna just get right to it. I'm like, man, just I don't know.
I get straight to the point, man. Just like, hey, blah blah blah. I'm trying to, I see you doing this. I'm trying to get into that too. And how'd you do it? Can you, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, but going back to this, setting up a lifestyle for to help you achieve your goals, man. I think that like we said a lot of times on this podcast, your mindset is everything.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I've heard people say like, they can't wait for January so they can reset their mindset and start all over.
What?
I'm like, nah,
I never understood that.
I don't think you ought to wait till January, especially if it's like it's March.
Right.
January too far off. You can reset today. You know what I'm saying? I didn't deleted multiple Instagram accounts trying to do different things, and it wasn't going the way it was supposed to go for me, and I was like, nah, delete, start another one. You know what I'm saying? But I don't, resetting your mind, I understand it. Maybe you learn some new information and you want to start over, but don't wait. Do it today. Don't wait.
Right.
Because while you waiting, the industry changing. It's moving.
See it every day.
Right.
Everything changing.
And if you're going to set your lifestyle up to benefit you, man, I think also, too, that you ought to plan things out in advance.
Mm-hmm.
As much as you can. And when I say plan things out in advance, I mean, like, what you going to do with your family if you have one.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to have a family and you don't have one, okay, well, when are you, at what point in your plan is you having a family going to work in?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Don't just jump in the middle of stuff and start doing things and then you say, okay, now I want to set this goal and do this. Now you got to go a whole nother direction. That's a,
yeah. Can be all over the place, huh?
Right. You don't want to be all over the place.
Nah.
That's why, like you said, with the discipline and the baby steps, I think that's huge.
Yeah.
Sometimes people want a lot of things, and there's nothing wrong with wanting stuff. But you want so much that you're not patient with yourself.
Right.
See, I think, too, if you're going to set a lifestyle up that's going to help you reach your goals, you got to understand that it's going to take time.
Yeah.
So you got to be patient, and you got to be consistent.
Yeah, consistency is a key word.
Yeah. And especially if the thing that you want might require a team.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you don't get everything by yourself. Sometimes it take a group,
Yeah, it takes a village.
Yeah. That's some things you could do by yourself, but you still got to be patient and consistent,
Yeah.
As y'all have heard me say multiple times, I want abs. For me, that's going to require diet change and all kind of workouts and stuff like that. I'm still messing up with the diet change, so I know it's
all that good food, man.
I do love to eat. So it's gonna take a mindset shift. You know. But one day I'm gonna be able to hit it, so Just that discipline and them baby steps. I'm going back to it, man.
That's it, man.
You know.
That's how I do mine, man. When I'm trying to reach goals, I take, to, start off, like I said, 30 minutes, work on something. Then as time go on.
That's 30 minutes daily?
Yeah.
That's good. Because it seems like that'll help you form that habit a lot quicker.
Mm-hmm. Then after that, you start, going longer.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And see, that's why I be liking to, talk to people. I like to, kind of pick people's brains on stuff, especially if they're in the space that I'm trying to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that person been in that space for a while, they could tell you something that you might have not thought about.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when we do this podcast, sometime off camera, I might ask you certain things. Because you've been places I haven't been. So I'm like, how did you get here?
Yeah.
What kind of adjustments did you have to make to do that, So, yeah, because I'm one person and I don't know it all. I don't want to be the person that know it all.
Right.
That's why you're supposed to have a group of people around you that pour into you.
Right.
That's part of setting your lifestyle up.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to cut some people out and you're going to have to bring some people in.
That's life.
Yeah. Most definitely, man. And I feel like, setting your life up for success is huge.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be able to do that without goals.
Yeah.
I feel like you're also not going to be able to do that without a support system.
And also faith.
That too.
Gotta have faith.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Cause some days it's gonna be like, man, this ain't going nowhere. I've been doing this for like years.
Yep. And the struggle's still the same. It don't look like it's working.
So that's when that faith gotta be, airtight.
Oh yeah. And sometimes when stuff don't look like it's moving, that's the point where you're growing the most.
Yeah.
You just don't see the growth yet.
Mm-hmm.
Until you look back a year later and be like, man, I remember, like, the kind of person I used to be, man, I wouldn't stick with nothing. But this year,
I'm doing it, huh?
Yeah, I'm sticking with it. I done lost the 10 pounds. I done got the muscles where they showing. It ain't defined like I wanted to be yet, but they showing.
Yeah.
And when you see that little bit of progress, they let you know you're on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you got to get to is the point where you know you're on the right track. Then it's easier to stick with.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, sometimes you're going to have interruptions. They going to come, stuff will come out the blue. But when you done form certain habits, it's easier to get back on track when you get knocked off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the point you're trying to get to is if I get knocked off this habit, it's not going to be hard for me to get back to it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the adjustment can be hard. It got certain things I like to do, and, my wife, she work in the school system, and y'all know I got 2 children. So during the summertime, everybody at the house all day,
Mm-hmm.
So the stuff I would do during the day, I might have to wait till everybody go to sleep, and I'm up at night while they sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
But that also messes up my chance to get on track with the sleep habits. Like, so I gotta pick and choose. Like, do I want better sleep or do I want to work on this music? Do I want, it's
that sacrifice.
Yeah, and that's why I say it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard because I hate being sluggish and stuff during the day because I ain't sleeping enough at night. That's it's nothing worse than like taking Benadryl or something to try to get some sleep and you wake up in the day, but it's still in your system, but you got stuff to do. It's
Get some espresso.
And see, I never drank coffee in my life, like ever. I ain't never. I don't know.
Some of the espresso candy.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
Some
espresso chocolate.
I might have to check that out.
Tastes like dirt, but
He said it tastes.
it'll have you up.
He said it tastes like dirt. Oh man. But yeah, man, I really believe that you can create the lifestyle that you want.
Yeah.
You always say life is what you make it. You gotta pivot, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like, if you're a person that's struggling with life right now, and I mean you're struggling financially, you're struggling with your health, maybe you're struggling with your sleep, I don't know what else, struggling with relationships or whatever. Just step back from everything and then take a breather. Get your bearings. And then once you kind of balance yourself out, start doing small things. Like Travis said, man, 30 minutes a day. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's prayer, maybe it's reading your Bible or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Take 30 minutes.
Yep.
Maybe it's exercise. Take 30 minutes.
Yep.
and just start forming certain habits.
Small steps
Yeah.
go a long way.
Oh yeah. You got anything you wanna?
Yeah, y'all, drop some comments. Let us know what you think and, how you feel about, creating your own, creating a lifestyle that you want.
Yup. And
Y'all stay tuned.
and we'll be back with another video.
Oh yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.